And today is about Belonging to Them by Brynn Paulin. And it's also by Resplendence Publishing. It's $4. It's another menage. And this review contains spoilers. So, first up, trigger warnings. There are trigger warnings for domestic abuse and domestic violence. They are not prominent, and when they do happen, they're kind of generic. So take that as you will. The book opens with a dedication to the letter Q and the number 4, because there's 4 guys. So many cocks. So many. Oh, and it opens with transcribed accents. Oh, the guy has an Irish accent, and just every time, I don't know why, but every time I see an Irish accent written, I think of Mike Myers' character, Fat Bastard. Dude, I can't help it. I just pictured that voice in my head, and so any transliterated Irish bro is ruined. Oh man. Okay, so it opens up by saying that the 4 men are all related, but actually 2 of them aren't. They're their own couple who just kind of play with the female character on the side. And while it's a menage, it's really a dedicated male-female relationship. But I do have to give it props for the main male character. Of course male, because never female. Females always have to be pretty. But anyway, the main male character has a scarred face, scarred torso, and a prosthetic foot because he was a photojournalist injured in Iraq. And so, I mean, like I said, it's always got to be the guy because scars are sexy for guys. But at the same time, it was an interesting take on a visible deformity in an erotic novel. It gave it a level of depth, kind of. The story is set in Daly, which is this town that has 159 people, 7 of which are women, which to me says that town would die out in like a generation. But somehow this has happened. I don't know. I don't know. Not a lot of explanation is given as to why it's like that. It's just like, oh, it's like that so that we can have these sexy stuffs. Or people who honestly straight up leave. Like I said, this town should die out within a generation because of this. Through people leaving, or not enough kids, that kind of thing. Because 7 women? Oh, there's a baby factories. They're just babies. Babies. So many babies. Where are all the babies? It's just that the not enough women scenario is not something that's suited to modern day life, given the culture that we have now, especially of online availability, dating, Craigslist, what JDay, Christian Mingle, whatever. This honestly is a better setting if it's done in the Old West with mining towns. I know Alaska especially was a big one. I think still kind of is. But yeah, mining towns, it's kind of a tried and true. And that's why they had mail order brides. So I don't see how this scenario was viable here, and it kind of ruins the whole setup for me. So the basic premise of the story, spoilers, is that the female character, the main female, has had her car break down in daily, and the male love interests are the mechanics working on it. And she's running from an abusive ex. And then we find out towards the end of the book that the abusive ex is coming after her. And so what does the little dipshit do? She runs. She runs away from a populated area that has former FBI agent as a sheriff, and she decides that it's too dangerous to stay or whatever. I am so goddamn tired of this. So tired. And when you do something like this right, it kind of can be an effective punch dramatically. But when your character is a dipshit and actually runs away from legitimate protection, it doesn't work. And so what happens is, this is gonna ruin the end of the book, but whatever. What happens is that she decides to run away. Her ex comes to the place where she was staying to find her. The guys beat him up, and then she decides, oh wait, I should come back and, I don't know, warn them or something? She ends up coming back after he's all beat up, which, is good, because at least she didn't confront him in a dark alley or something like that. But it's a rushed ending. It is. So overall, Belonging to Them by Erin M. Leaf gets a 4 out of 5 for the sex, a 4 out of 5 for the relationship, and a 4 out of 5 for the plot. Too close. Almost there. Almost all 5s.